Okay, can you hear now? Ah, okay. I can hear myself. Okay, that's it. Oh, I think everyone should.
Everyone
Yeah.
done?
Now it's fine.
Okay, now
Leave
it's,
the internet audio if needed. Leave the internet audio.
okay.
Here it will be there. You all don't switch on now. If you switch on, it's not a It's live anyways now. Even if you will come up with it's live.
I think we are on.
Yeah, we're on. Okay. I'll start again.
Sure.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, it's great to see everyone here. Some new faces, some familiar faces, also who I'm meeting for the first time physically. And it's great to see everyone in the flesh and not, behind the screen. Anyway, before I start, I just want to share a small story. A few years back, I had come to this very same hospital. And I was in a lot of pain. I had badly damaged my knee through an injury. And luckily, I met a good surgeon. I had an even better physiotherapist. I'm not naming who. And I was back on track. But as I finished my last physiotherapy session and I was getting out of the hospital, I looked back at the hospital and said, "Oh my God, please don't bring me back." But guess what? Few years down the line, God answered my prayers. I'm back here.
But for a
But
better,
thankfully,
better purpose.
in totally different circumstances, And what I'm trying to say through this is, whatever you do, if you're destined for something, it will happen. So you can't fight it. So what's important is forget about the future and just enjoy the moment, enjoy the present, which right now is amongst all of us. Let's enjoy this meeting and learn together. So now let's, can we move ahead to the mission?
Just this part.
Okay, by the way, my name is Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan, and I will be your Sergeant at Arms for today and hopefully for the rest of this Toastmaster year. So we start off with the club mission statement. I wish all of you to put your hand in your chest and repeat after me. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Just for those of you who don't know, there are a few ground rules for a Toastmaster meeting. First is, please everyone keep your cell phones on silent so as not to disturb any speaker while they're speaking. Secondly, is we have 3 taboo topics in every Toastmaster meeting. They are sex, politics, and religion. So kindly, whoever is speaking, refrain from these 3 taboo topics. And thirdly, and most importantly, as all of you should know, in case of any emergency or fire, the fire exit is the second door on the right over here. And the washroom, if needed, is on the door after to the left. Am I right?
Yes.
So
The washroom is very far away. The exit is here.
So that's from now I shall introduce our new star for this Toastmaster year, our president for the upcoming Toastmaster year, and I'm handing over the stage to none other than Toastmaster Prasad.
Good evening, everyone. So it's as Anshuman has very nicely introduced. We are all so happy to be back in this place for a good reasons, not for the reasons he was earlier wanting about, for a beautiful purpose. And all of us have a lot of dreams. I was sharing this morning that all of us have dreams. Unless we have the courage to pursue them, we may not achieve them. And we are here to pursue our Toastmaster dreams. So to be a good communicator, to be a good leader, and to be a good influencer, whatever is your goal, our Toastmaster is going to help you achieve that. So officially, I'm your president for this club for this year. And by the power vested in me, I declare this meeting, which is the 76th meeting of Newstart, open.
On the table.
I wanted to ask you a quick, small, important question. We are all part of some organization, or we are all part of some business or company or career. So in all those areas, we all like to have some success, right? We want to achieve as much success as possible. And success needs skills. And there are some skills which help us achieve our success much faster than many others. So now think for a minute and tell me, which are those skills which help achieve our primary goals in career, business, and those areas? What are those skills? Can you name about one or two of them? And let's see, I'm looking for a few specific ones which you know. Yeah, floor is yours.
Communication.
Communications, okay. Leadership. And what else? Yeah, can you say something? Ideas. Innovation, creative thinking. Okay, great. Networking, beautiful. Okay, let's from the young man. Leadership. Okay, I'm studying for leadership. Great. And okay, so that's a good number of skills which we have summarized. Of course, speaking, communication, leadership, ability to work with others are extremely sought after skills. If you really want to manage the organization, if you want to rise to the top of the organization, be the CEO or in the top management board, there are some skills which are extremely valuable. And there is no skill more valuable than, in fact, more sought after these days, other than people skills, communication skills, and particularly now we talk about leadership skills. When you have those skills, then the future is yours. You can write your ticket. And these skills do not happen just like that. They need practice. They need a lot of continuous patient work. And this platform helps you provide that. So I'm so honored to help you progress on this and then help you be part of this journey. So now we'll move on to the structured presentation which we have for today. That's a brief 2 cents from my side. And now we will go to how this all beautiful dream of Toastmasters has started. In fact, this has started as way back as 98 years back. In fact, in 2 more years, it's going to be like 100 years. It's going to be a huge achievement. Any organization, when it starts, whether it's a business or a company, usually the rate is that within 3 years, most of them fail. But if here is one organization which has stayed for 100 years, which is very close to that, which means there's some spirit which is keeping it going, which fundamentals are so strong and it has sustained so many decades. So, and it is started by none other than Mr. Dr. Ralph Smedley. So it's good to remember him and the year it is started. And moving on, so what exactly is Toastmasters? What happens in this club like this? Some of you are new and then most of us are familiar, but nevertheless, we'll do a quick repetition of this. This is a non-profit organization, and the only goal of this is members learn here communication and leadership skills by practicing public speaking in every meeting. And the environment here is warm and friendly, as you would have noticed that we all welcome each other, we support each other, we care for each other, and that's a beautiful environment. And what all these things happen here? This is a small club of, usually deliberately it is intentionally kept about 20 to 25 people so that everyone gets a chance to speak and express themselves and develop. And we meet twice a month, approximately for about 2 hours each time. And we conduct meetings, we have impromptu speeches, we have evaluation speeches, prepared speeches, leadership sessions. So there are a wide mix of them. So you get to experience a real, almost like an organization and a business environment where all the skills are given a chance. So further, and it is beautifully structured. This is a huge worldwide organization. And we are a club right at the top. It starts from you. Each one of us are part of this huge pyramid. So right at the top, we are at, then we have the club, which is Toastmasters Newstart. Then there are many clubs in each area, and several areas together make a division, and several divisions make a district, and several districts make an international region. So then, of course, we have this Toastmasters body, which is worldwide headquarters, which manages the whole huge organization. So that gives how huge this organization is. And to give you how huge, we are looking at about 16,000 paid clubs, which is not like 1, 2, or a dozen. They are talking about several thousands and tens of thousands. And there are about 357,000 people who have memberships across 145 countries. That itself makes this a very honor and privilege to be part of this huge, proud organization. And our area name is Newstart, as you can see. Area is 31, division is I, and the district is 105. Okay, that's covered, but that's 105. Okay, briefly about Toastmasters. Okay, what is it? What can you expect? And what all happens? And what is that again in person? We'll cover that a little bit. And so this is an environment, as you saw. It's like a very environment, warm and friendly. And we have education part of it. We have so many skills: education, communication, leadership skills, organizing skills. So it is a wide range of skills and the most sought after skills. It's worth paying all that attention and then putting that effort and energy to come here and then develop them every single time. And the benefits are huge. You have personal growth, you have clear communication. If you have communication with you, then nothing can stop you. And confidence, experiences, and career advancement and recognition. We have a lot of recognition. A lot of awards, a lot of certificates, a lot of trophies. It's like a place for huge recognition. And the opportunities are huge. So I guess you can see I'm moving forward. Why Toastmasters? I think we covered briefly public speaking, being effective speaker, presentation skills, leadership skills, communication skills, organizing skills, and fluency in a language, networking with others, making new friends. There's so many benefits, not just one or two. So that's obvious one. Okay, now we have different roles in a meeting. We have roles of a timer, the person who keeps the time, which is very important part of Toastmasters. We have speakers who come with prepared speeches, and every speaker is evaluated by an assigned evaluator so that they get feedback, and feedback is one very beautiful thing about Toastmasters. Then we have grammarians so that we check if there are needs, so that we need improvement. So we have our counter, everyone filling up gaps. So there's some pointers about that. Table topics is a very interesting thing where you get a chance to come up and speak impromptu on a random topic. And that gives you to test yourself and also to gain confidence. Then we have something called TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day. And then finally, we have general evaluator who gives feedback about all the aspects right from the start till the end. Okay, that's about the various roles. So you can volunteer for these roles and you can play roles and then you can gain skills by participating in them as well. Okay, club experience, we have discussed, very supportive. We have access to mentor, we have a huge learning environment. Apart from what we hear, we also have a huge online portal where you can learn by yourself and then take some exams and do complete some aspects. So we're going to talk about that part a little bit more. We have something called pathways. There are 11 paths. Earlier, we used to think, okay, there are only one or two areas where you can develop skills, but the skills are so many wide range. People, as they develop communications, then Toastmasters has realized there are so many sub areas where you can further master. For example, some people would like to have dynamic leadership. Not everyone might want to be a leader, but everyone probably wants to be a good speaker or a communicator. So thereby it is divided into various parts as per leadership. Then there are persuasive influence, presentation mastery, team collaboration. As you can see, there are in all 11 parts, and you can pick and choose which path will give you the best opportunity to grow as a start. Then you can add one more path like that. And each path further has different levels. We always start with level 1 in each of the paths. And then each path level in turn has some projects. So you have icebreaker as the first time when you introduce yourself. Then you go further towards evaluation feedback. So there are projects, as you can see. As you complete, then you complete the levels, and then you are given recognition in terms of completion certificates. So moving on. And finally, there is something beautiful that as you achieve the progress towards the levels, then you complete the pathways, then is something highest you can achieve for or aim for. So what is called as a distinguished Toastmaster. Fortunately, we have one in our presence right here, which is DTM Manita. And so you can aim for that. Even that is possible using those as the requirements. So I'll leave you at that. And I think that's it from my side in terms of the things. And what's the next point of page?
Yeah, you can just invite me over.
Okay, fine. So to take this meeting forward, we have DTM Anita.
No, probably you could just do the guest introduction now.
Okay, we have one guest.
Two guests.
Okay. So as part of our what do you call the in terms of the welcoming process, we have all the guests who join us have a chance to introduce themselves. Now, welcome. Sorry, if I could ask your name. Haida. Yeah, please introduce yourself and then should I come forward? Or?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Shake hands. You forgot all this now.
Hello everyone, my name is Haitham and I'm a university student, and this is the first time I'm visiting a Toastmasters club. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you, and yeah, it will be a great experience actually. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Welcome. Our second guest to introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Krishna, I'm a manager. Just before I heard about the Toastmaster, because of my friend Gerald sir, one day I came here. So I was
What
trying
you're
to,
saying, we have to give Gerald cake or what?
through his instrument,
Thank you so much.
And your
but I
inspiration.
hear so many
Good things.
Toastmaster things are done in human India also.
So
Wow.
you're in which department, sir?
Medical records
I just,
management.
okay.
Medical records.
Records. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is in Mali. Excellent. Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now that we have introduced our guests, now we have a lot of things on our plate. Now to take this forward, I request Nitya Manikda to come over to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I will be we don't have a Toastmaster for the evening, but we will just, follow a kind of a procedure. We all know the chronology here. So I was just going to take you all as the master of the ceremony for the evening. The next segment is the word of the day, which will be introduced by the word master. And word master today is our immediate past president, Toastmaster Rajlakshmi. Toastmaster
Hi, good evening, everyone. Myself, Rajlakshmi. Today, I'm the word master of the day. During presidential speech, President has introduced what are the roles included in a Toastmaster meeting. The first one, as a role player, it is word of the day. So I'm the word master for the day. I will be introducing a new word. New word in the sense it will be very familiar for many of you. So how to use that word in a sentence. That is what. So today's word. Yeah. Today the word I have selected is efficacious. Efficacious meaning successful in producing a desired result or desired or intended result. Efficacious. Other meaning effective. The origin of this word efficacious is from Latin efficere, which means accomplish. And you can see the syllable efficacious. That is how it is being pronounced. And the word efficacious is an adjective. Adjective is something which describes the noun. That is this word efficacious. And the noun form of efficacious is efficacy. And adverb is efficaciously. Synonyms of the word efficacious is effective or successful, efficient, powerful, useful. Similar meaning. So how to use this word efficacious in sentence? The first sentence, the nasal spray was new in the market and highly efficacious. Prayer is much more helpful and efficacious for a worshipper. Fortunately, the medicine had the efficacy to reduce the amount of pain he was feeling. Efficacy is the noun form of efficacious. So next is the time for a round robin. Everyone can try or make sentence using the word efficacious or efficacy or efficaciously. Who will start first? Yes, Prasad, please.
Toastmasters curriculum has an
Efficacious.
efficacious program to improve your communication and leadership skills.
Absolutely. Very good, Prasad.
I'm always inspired by the efficacy of Peter Vanita in making things happen.
It is true, and we all are. Yes.
Yeah, I have something to say. I'm going to use the word effective here for the meaning. I think
The
it was-
difference between effective and efficacious. Effective is more strong,
Okay,
means definite.
okay,
That is the
okay. I think the Toastmasters meetings can be more efficacious if they are conducted in person.
in person. Yes, it has its own benefits. Yeah. Yes.
And maybe the newbies.
Everyone try. Give it a try.
Toastmaster Radhilakshmi introduced the word of the day with great efficacy.
Thank you so much. Head on. Yes.
We were efficacious in having our first Toastmasters meeting in person.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Of all the types of food we have, foods are the most efficacious in helping us stay.
Not
Yes.
spread.
It comes from the- yeah. That's awesome.
Vaccine Pfizer
Yeah.
is proven to be efficacious, that people are in queue to take the third and fourth dose.
Yes, absolutely.
So guys don't spread.
Yeah, we understood.
Yeah.
This efficacious,
Booster,
I will mean that successful. Every person likes to become a efficacious person.
Yes, true. I
I passed my board exam.
yes, absolutely. You are not. Spot on. City.
My mother-in-law is very efficacious in cooking.
Oh, so sweet. Yeah, entirely agree.
I wish she was here. To hear that.
Future also.
No, she knows it's live, she sent the live now.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Toastmaster physical meeting is efficacious to avoid our stage fears.
Stage fears.
Wow.
So many ways. So I'm sure that everyone got to know how to use this word. So I urge everyone to use this throughout the meeting, wherever the chance coming, and not only this meeting, even after also, because we are very much aware of the word effective. But instead of those places, try to use different synonyms of those and try to improve the vocabulary. And we all know it has its own benefit, especially in a group meeting. Yeah, thank you, and hand it over to Didi.
Thank you, Rajlakshmi. Yeah, so now the next segment is the project speeches. Now, for the benefit of the newcomers or the guests, project speeches are those speeches which have a time limit, and it is prescribed in the curriculum, and we have to follow the norms which are there in the curriculum. Now, the project speeches that we're going to have today are two different types of speeches. One is effective evaluation and feedback, where the speaker is going to talk about any subject, okay, for 5 to 7 minutes, and the timer will show the green, amber, and red cards according to the timing. Okay. Now, the second speech that we have today is research and presenting, where the speaker is going to take a subject and present it using the validation and testimony and whatever research he has made. So, to begin with, the first project speech that we have today is being presented by Toastmaster Prasad. Yes, sorry, too much of confusion. Today and tomorrow we are kind of very busy, right? So it's like too many things on the head. Okay, yeah, Toastmaster Prasad, please come over. And Toastmaster Prasad will be presenting evaluation and feedback. But before that, his evaluator is shifting his seats for whatever reasons.
Right.
Is going to mention the objectives of his speech.
Or maybe he's getting stage fright.
Yeah. Toastmaster Anshuman, can you read out the objectives? And show the on the phone. Is it possible? Do you want me to show it to you? Yeah. And the color that you show.
Okay. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. All the best.
Toastmaster Prasad. My journey in Toastmasters. Toastmaster Prasad. Over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm getting nostalgic here, like because this was the stage where I had delivered my first TMOD speech here, and that was the last. And after that, I'm here. Every journey that we start, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And my first step I took into my Toastmaster journey was here in November 2019. I joined here with as an introvert person, very shy, where I used to sit at the back and always pray I should not get the call for the table topic speech. But unfortunately, that time I was called many a times. But slowly that turned out to be a blessing, and wherein as I came and performed, my confidence built up and my fear got reduced. So then I started to enjoy the meeting roles. Then in the next few meetings, I had delivered my icebreaker speech, and I did the first PMOD role. These two roles really had a great impact and improved my confidence in my Toastmaster journey. Then after that, for the next few months, I took all those possible roles in a Toastmaster meeting. Before, in June 2020, I got a chance to take up the first leadership role, and that too of the Vice President Education. And that role involved me to interact with my members. And I was very shy. So how to start? So it mandated me to start communicating with the members. So I started to communicate with them and know them better and understand their goals and their needs. So that way, that role helped me to improve my interpersonal skill and work on my strategic planning and and I had an improved patience level, and that within that, by the end of that role, I was a much improved communicator and a person with a good leadership skill. And then the next year, I got a chance to serve in my area as an area PQD, and then I was a charging member and a secretary at my corporate club, Etisalat Toastmasters Club. At this Etisalat Toastmasters Club, since it was a new club, along with being a secretary, I was the mentor for many of the members there. So that role helped me more onto my communication skill, where I got more chance to just educate the members on how the Toastmaster work, what are the different roles. And along with that, the role I did as the area PQD helped me to have a network with different leaders from the area and the district, and give me a chance to work on my leadership skills by organizing the area speech contest, and which was a very successful event. Now, these leadership roles which I had performed helped me to hone my skills, like the event management skill and interpersonal skills. And overall, I became a more a better communicator and a better and an improved leader. Now, isn't it great? Like if you just relish to help others and hone your leadership skills, take up any leadership skills and do it with full commitment and with full dedication, and it will be efficacious. You will get efficacious result in improving your communication and leadership skills. For me, joining the Toastmasters and taking up on the leadership roles has been the one of the best decision in my life. And believe me, it was not a very easy journey, but the worthwhile rarely is, right? Thank you.
Are we taking the time?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I do.
Okay, he needs to see the cards. Also. Okay, next time we'll do with some other arrangement where we can see the. If he showed us it, I should agree. Okay, we have your presentation before this. It's okay. 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 Is it okay? Yeah. The presentation is. It's okay. We might have it next time. Somebody else has to manage the timing. Okay. And show the speaker the timing, the cards. Maybe any indication is fine. What kind of indications?
No, I'm okay. So I will be showing one as green,
So you can see only.
Yeah, this side.
For the worst,
Yeah, yeah.
what they are trying is
So
actually
these
they are
two-
trying to use it stream.
Okay, you so you can go
Yeah,
to back.
parallelly. So since this is the first meeting, so those setup and all, they are doing first time, that's the question.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and beloved guests. One fine morning, I just happened to meet a young lady in my hospital who was suffering from severe jaw pain for 2 long years. When I entered the treatment room, I asked her how she is doing. She replied me, "Oh no, I've been meeting doctors after doctors, n number of physio sessions, but this has never got better." While she was explaining that, what I saw was that she was just sitting in a slumped, stooped posture with her head protruding forward, what I call the forward head posture, typically like some of you are seated right now. And then I explained to her, did you know that you have a forward head posture, which probably could be causing your jaw pain? And then she asked me, what in the world is a forward head posture? No one explained that to me. I've met n number of doctors. So I just explained to her and I taught her some of the exercises to correct her forward head posture. And then it took just 2 days for her to get rid of her pain. 90% of her pain was gone in just a matter of 2 days' time. So forward head posture is just one among the many postural distortion patterns that one could come across. Just like forward head posture, we have so many varieties of postural distortion pattern that we could see in our body, like some people could have a rounded shoulder. Some could be having what's called as a hyperkyphosis over the mid-back. They could be slumping forward. And some could be having an exaggerated lower curvature of the back, and so on and so forth. Some could have a completely flat back as well. Now, why am I saying this? You may come across a family member or a friend or yourself who probably may be suffering from neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, mid-back pain, elbow pain, knee pain, and heel pain. One of the overlooked causes of all of these problems, even including ACL tear and things like that, could be linked to a poor postural distortion of your body. And this is one of the most ignored causes. We as a health club, we know that we have so many health factors lined up, and we want all of those factors to be followed. But again, what is missing in Newstart is posture. Good posture is one of the important health factors. And just like each of us go to a doctor to get our blood test done every now and then, each of us go to a dentist to get our dental checkup done, we all have to get our postural evaluation done. So my topic for today is realign. What can we do about this is exactly what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm just going to switch gears and talk to you about 3 pillars of posture. Now, when we talk about posture, we need to understand what actually helps in having a good posture. So there are 3 important pillars. And these 3 things that I'm going to share with you is based on an important research study conducted in Harvard. And this is a longitudinal cohort study that was conducted in 77 patients who were suffering from chronic low back pain. Chronic pain is anything more than a couple of months. And these patients were said to suffer from their low back pain for nearly 3-4 years or anything longer than that. So what they found in all of these 3 patients is these 3 important things, these 3 pillars. The first one is sensory optimization. Sensory optimization simply means to have an optimal brain function. If your brain is not optimally functioning, then you could develop a partial distortion pattern anywhere in your body. The second one is flexibility and mobility. Flexibility of your muscles and mobility of your joints. Are your joints completely mobile? Are your muscles fully flexible? Is the second important thing. And the third important pillar is the muscle strength. How good is the strength of your muscles in various parts of your body? There are muscles which are vital to have a good posture. So having said that, there are 3 important causes to have a bad posture. So what are the 3 causes? The first one is sensory imbalance, which simply means there's a problem with the optimal brain function, or that sensory optimization is compromised. And the second one is adaptive muscle shortening, simply meaning the muscles and the joints are not flexible enough. And the third one is to have a poor muscle strength. Now, you may just feel that these are completely new terms and I'm not understanding what you're saying. I'm just going to explain to you what each of these things are. When it comes to sensory optimization, what this simply means is that there are inputs from various parts of the body which are compromised. Now, I'm just going to share one example. Your feet has got something to do with your brain function. How is that? Now, take a look at this. We all are aware that we constantly wear shoes and one or other form of footwear, isn't it? So when we wear footwear, I mean, normally in your sole of feet, we do have somewhere around 200,000 sensors. And these sensors, we call them the receptors or the mechanoreceptors. The function of these receptors is to send information to the brain as to how your feet is positioned on the ground. So when these informations are sent to the brain processes the information and then sends back a command to the feet to correct itself in case the feet is misaligned. So when you wear shoes, interestingly, there's little or no information sent to the brain because these sensors are literally turned off by wearing shoes or footwear. And sadly, human beings are the only creatures to wear footwear, isn't it? So then, as the brain is completely unaware of what the position of the feet is, now it creates an inefficient command to the foot, and the foot cannot correct itself. So what results next? Poor performance of foot. The foot could just get into a completely misaligned position, and then leads to asymmetry between feet, which simply means one feet could be bearing more weight, the other feet could be bearing less weight, and results in imbalances. So let's say one foot is slightly turned like this, or one foot is bearing more weight. There's a compensatory pattern that stems up to the knee, to the hip, to the lower back, to the upper back, and all the way up to your neck. All right. So take a look at this image. Now, this is exactly what happens. So there's a slight exaggeration in this image, but this has to give you some idea what happens when one foot is bearing more weight. There's a compensatory pattern. There's a misalignment of your knee, and then the hip misaligns, and the same thing happens over the neck and everywhere. And so that's about the brain function. And the second thing is adaptive muscle shortening. What happens when you lose your flexibility and the mobility of your joint? So we need to understand why and how we lose our flexibility. The reason we lose our flexibility is because we spend a lot of time sitting, chair bound. So just think about this. From the time we wake up, you probably may be cooking, you may carry your child, you may then go to your office, sit in front of the computer, you may drive your car. All of these activities happen in the front of your body, right? So we forget the fact that we have back muscles also. So when we just overuse the front side of our body, the muscles over the front side of our body become overactive, and the muscles over the back side of your body become underactive. And this creates an imbalance between both of these muscle groups, and then it results in a postural distortion pattern. Now take a look at this beautiful lady in the image over here. So in the first look, you may just say beautiful person over here and a beautiful image, so many comments. But when you just evaluate her posture, just take a look at that. Her shoulder is tilted, her hip is tilted, and the same thing can be seen over the knee. Can I have one volunteer here? We are just going to have a quick evaluation of your posture. I mean, all of us do have a postural distortion. So anyone who comes here does not mean you are the only person to have a postural distortion pattern. So anyone can come over here, volunteer, please.
No need to come from here itself, you can come to me.
When you're over here, only I can see you. All right. Now, Biju is here. Just stand easy. All right. Now, do you see any postural distortion pattern in him? Is his shoulder tilted?
Yes, shoulder.
Left shoulder is tilted? Yeah. All right. Can you just bring both your hands forward like this? Like this, like this. No. Like this. Which side is tilted now? Left side is tilted. Yeah. And when each one of you just evaluate yourself, and that's exactly what you're going to discover. And when you view yourself, just stand easy. When you view yourself from the front side, there are so many things that you can just notice, but I'm just going to tell you one thing. When you view yourself from the front side, the back portion of your hand should not be the one you should be seeing. Your thumb should be facing forward, which is the actual posture. But if you're seeing the back side of your hand, that's a sign of a rounded shoulder. Okay. Now, I'm just going to do something to Biju and take a look at his hand turning. His shoulder is supposed to be in this position. Now take a look at his thumb. The thumb has turned forward now, right? So this is exactly what we call as adaptive muscle shortening. The front muscles of his shoulder are pulling his shoulder forward, and the back muscles are comparatively weak. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for the comments.
So that's adaptive muscle shortening. And the last one that we have to be aware of is the muscle strength. You see, all the way from your feet up to your neck, there are postural muscles which are responsible to maintain good posture. Now, let me give you this example. You have the thigh, and you have muscles over the front of your thigh, which is called the quadriceps. And the quadriceps is the one which helps in walking all the time. And that's the muscle which helps in standing. But there's another muscle right behind that, which is called the hamstrings. And the hamstrings are muscles which are commonly ignored even by the bodybuilders. And coming up, you have this muscle, a large muscle called the abdominal muscle. And you have 3 or 4 muscles over here. And these muscles are again supposed to maintain the posture of your spine. And then coming up, you have the shoulder blade muscles. And these muscles are commonly ignored muscles. Let me have one more volunteer. I want you to lie down here.
Down?
Yes.
Go, President.
Okay.
All right.
Here I go.
Now, you're just going to keep your hand up like this. Lift your head and shoulder slightly, like 15 to 20 degrees up. And you're just going to hold your hands up like this. Come on.
Very nice.
Yes, yes. Hands up. Do you notice the shivering?
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel it?
Hold it,
And-
hold it.
And that's the sign of weakness of the abdominal muscles.
Yeah, okay.
All right. You do this when you try to do this one.
Yeah.
And so, do you see what I've mentioned there? The average male should be able to hold this position for 136 seconds at least if he has got a good muscle strength. And the female, yeah, thanks. Female should be able to hold it for 134 seconds. And just think about this, how poor is our health? So did you see where we are missing the three elements? We constantly wear shoes. And how is your flexibility? Let me show you one more thing that you can quickly just evaluate to see if your shoulder is flexible or not. You stand close to the wall like this. You place your hands like this. And are you able to take a good, nice circle like this without moving away from the wall? All right. And then the next thing is with the wall over the side of your body, keeping your hands like this without moving away from the wall, are you able to do this? If you're not able to do this, that's how healthy your joint is. That's something we have to be aware of. So, as we have started a physical meeting today, we know what Newstart stands for. I would like to add one more thing to it. Let's start our health with a P. Newstart with a P. All right. So even if you can put 50% of what we discussed today, I'm sure we can just avoid so much of these sufferings like neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, and knee pain, and heel pain, and whatnot. So it's my strong belief that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gerard. Okay, with that, we come. You want pencil? Yeah. Please provide your feedback on the feedback forms to the speakers. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of the project speeches segment. We'll take a short break over here because the refreshments have come. So please feel free to eat. Some people will not eat in this family, so it's fine. And so they stay as they are. And the others, you can see the result. So with that, we come to the end of the first session. We'll come back quickly for impromptu speeches on the stage after a long time, which is going to be fun, right? So Siji, get up. Chalo, come. Can we get the refreshments inside?
Yeah.
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
5 minutes. I think how long was this?
No, I just need to see this cost.
Oh.
You have some ready clients. In fact, everyone would be a client.
Yeah, this is a clear sign of.
What did you say? Yeah, Ian is not here.
Yeah.
Let's
എനിക്കൊരു കുഴപ്പമില്ല പറഞ്ഞ വലിയ കുഴപ്പമില്ല ജെറോൾ എനിക്ക് എന്താണ് പ്രശ്നം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ
എല്ലാവർക്കും പ്രശ്നമാണ്. Hey, I forgot to take the last slide, guys.
What is that?
Listen, I forgot to show you on the last slide. So what are the solutions?
I was about to ask you. When you say I didn't get a problem, but there was no solution.
Yeah, so barefoot walking.
Okay.
Again, when it comes to sensory optimization, I just spoke about the food. But your eye is another thing. We, with more of the digital modernization, we fix our eyes on the computer and the mobile phone. So the eye muscles become so weak. So we need to do a lot of eye exercise. And if possible, I'll share these exercises with you.
Yeah.
Eye exercises. And flexibility and mobility exercises for head to toe. Your neck, your shoulder, your back, your leg. So everywhere we have to do these flexibility and mobility exercises. And again, those muscles that I was pointing out, the thigh muscles, the back muscles, the abdominal muscles, the shoulder blade muscles have to be strengthened, and sitting breaks. The biggest culprit of all time is the sitting break. I mean, sitting. So we need to make sure that we take sitting breaks. And I normally tell people of this particular thing called the 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, you take a break of at least 20 seconds and walk at least 20 steps, or you do any one of the exercises that you know of. And some other examples would be like if you're in the office, instead of making a call to your colleague, walk to their place, and so that would give you a break. And then at home, if you're watching TV, you may just get up and watch. And even while eating, stand up and eat, or things like that. So those are the solution. But again, it's a big topic actually. But I tried.
I would like to put it to my 2 cents on this. I mean, I just recently gone to Renuka, to the part of the DIY group, for my back pain. I couldn't even get out of the cab. Okay, so I wanted to come to Gerard, but then I thought he'd be busy in his office, and she volunteered to, because it's severe hip pain it was. And I was going out on a tour. So she just did, I don't know, it's a nut and bolt kind of a thing. They made me lay down on the table, and she just hit me from the side, this side and this side, went on doing it. Girls have to listen. I mean, because a lot of people think when we have a backache or anything, it's not against medicine. But people give you an orphan injection. That's what my maid took in came after standing for a long time, in the queue for the doctor, so-called very famous doctor. So, and then she's still with the pain. She's still, and she's not been coming. So when I went to Renuka, she just made me lie down, and she did this, then she made me walk. Then she gave me acupressure. Then she did some other thing by making me sit on a chair reverse. Couldn't believe I was so much, much more better. I went for this 4-5 day trip to Baku without any problem, up and down everywhere. And I'm here in front of you. I could not move my right foot front. And that's when she said that your right foot is extended. When she told that, So the more we wear chappal in the house, thinking it's neat or anywhere else, try more. He always says, Gerald, he says, if anybody's got paralysis or anything, or maybe trying to come out of it, walk in the sand where you have minerals and nerves both together, on barefoot. So I never used to understand why he's saying it. Today when he said that sensory and all that, it struck me. Oh, so he's stopping that. He's stopping that, beautiful touch with.
And there is a saying itself, sitting is the new smoking. So,
sitting is the new smoking. Birds and children especially. Guys, we need some insight into this. Anybody else? Second part? Second.
Actually, meeting is like 2 hours meeting is continuous. It is the first meeting, and we are having high-speed online plus physical. And so we have one channel, Area 31, Newstart. In that live stream, there are so many members in our club.
Anyone
we are not here present, but they are watching on YouTube. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, first session, and we all are at different parts. So online there was no issues as of
It's ours only. I can order Okay, have you done? I mean, not done, you can always help yourself again. You can sit in now, please. Next is table topics. You want to invite Biju will be doing table.
Okay.
In the meantime, you want to talk about the food challenge? You can do. I mean, we are eating sandwich or just another challenge.
Now,
We are actually everybody just having those celebrations. So. Sure.
పంచదార ఇది ఊరు సపరేట్
No, it's on next time. It's okay.
You ready?
టూ మోర్ సిప్
Now, enjoy.
I just need to let it happen.
Ready?
yeah, one of the sandwiches chicken. I didn't know, sorry.
And make sure it's in plus.
So let's begin now. So you got it?
So welcome back after the break. Officially now we have a break, and then after the break we had the second session. So in the second session we are going to have the very exciting aspect on the agenda, which is table topics. Table topics are topics which are created, and then any topic anyone can speak. So to conduct that, we have a table topics master. I invite Toastmaster Viju to take us through that topic.
Clap, please. You've forgotten.
Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
So I am very happy to be here as a
Yeah.
table topic master. Table topic for some guests are here,
Yeah, please go
so
ahead.
I will explain what is table topic.
No,
Table topics are impromptu speeches. The purpose of the table topic session is to help the members to think on their feet and speak on a given subject for in between 1 minute and 2 minutes. How the timing mechanism works in table topic, I will tell you. 1 minute, the green light will show you. 1 minute 30 seconds yellow and 2 minutes red. 30 seconds is a grace period for to speak. Who's speaking less than 1 minute and exceeding 2 minutes 30 seconds will be disqualified from this table topic session. So today, so how I'm planning to conduct the table topic session. I'm not going to call anyone for the first time. First, I will give the this question to everyone, so everyone can start thinking. After 30 seconds, I will call a person from this. Okay. So the questions are very simple. I think once we conducted the same in our club. So the first question for, as I told you, for everyone. What is your hidden talent? What is your hidden talent? So the 30 seconds starts now.
Okay.
Okay. So I would like to call the first speaker,
Siji.
Toastmaster Siji. Toastmaster Siji, what is your hidden talent? What is your hidden talent, Toastmaster?
It's not going to be hidden anymore.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Today I feel a little nervous. I think 2 years back, I'm standing here. I was not remembering the same table topics only. I'm not remembering the question.
It was about a reading.
Yeah, reading. Yeah. Then I talk about my kids and all. Yeah. So today my topic is that what is your hidden talent? Frankly speaking, I don't have any hidden talents. Everything is open. I can say that when I was young, I'm very eager to dance. But in my village, it's not parents are not giving that much importance to extracurricular activities. But in this current world, it's different. We all parents are giving more importance to extracurricular activities only, not for the studies. Studies we are giving importance, but still we are giving more importance to extracurricular activities. But my mama was not. She was telling to me, no need to go for dance. Why you're going to dance? You have to study. Study is important. That's what she was telling to me. So I remember that. In our even my school days, okay, every I think one time stage program will be there. Means I forgot anniversary, no school anniversary was there. At that time, our teachers will teach us from 5th grade to or 4th until 4th grade one section and 4th to 7th grade one section. It was like that. Programs were arranging, and I was participating. And after that, last before Corona, we were able to participate in one Tiruvadira program in Dubai. That time it was good experience for me. Yeah, that's what my hidden talent. Dance is my hidden talent. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Didi. You have so much of hidden talent.
Yeah.
Today only we came to God. Okay, our next question. How can people become better communicators in their daily lives? How can people become better communicators in their daily lives?
Maybe you can call it. You can call.
Okay. Okay, I would like to call guest Haitham. How can people become better communicators in their daily lives?
So, to talk about how to be better communicators in our daily life, I think one major factor that we can implement in our lives is to remind ourselves every day before we move on to our, let's say, work or school or university, is to tell ourselves that, to be confident and imagine ourselves in different situations before it actually happens. That way we will be more confident and be able to process our thoughts better. To elaborate, I would say that this is something that I personally do, is to watch my favorite speaker right before, let's say, a speech or a presentation. Yeah, and the best way to improve communication in the long term is to join Newstart Masters Club.
Thank you. Okay, the next question. What would happen if the Earth lost its gravity for a day? Okay, I will repeat again. What would happen if Earth lost its gravity for a day? Ralish, may I need your help too after the 30 seconds? I would like to call Toastmaster Gerald. Toastmaster Gerald, question for you. What would happen if the Earth lost its gravity for a day? Toastmaster Gerald.
Well, when patients come to me with neck or back pain, I usually tell them, there's so much of stress on your back, there's so much of stress on your knee, you just have to offload your knee. You have to offload your joint that is pressed. So they ask me, how do I do it? And there are just a couple of options. Either you may go for stationary biking, where the body weight is on the seat and your knee will not take the weight. Or you may go for swimming, where the body weight is not again on your knee. So this gives them the freedom to do the exercise without stressing. So if the earth loses its gravity for a day, all of these patients will be benefited, where the joints will be completely offloaded. And I would tell them, if there's a specific day, just wait for the day and you can just get rid of your pain. And one more thing that I may just consider doing is, I may just book a flight ticket for my wife and just stay there for one day.
You don't need to. It's gravity-less.
Yeah, and yeah, loses its gravity and be there.
It's being recorded.
Really?
Live also.
Shall I answer?
Is there any possibility to?
No.
Sir, already they travel. Shall I answer?
Okay, so yeah, is my time up? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So the next question. You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick? Yes.
Voting cards will go. So there, given the feedback forms, right? So, best speaker voting also please give us. Yeah. Yeah. Also, best table topic speaker, please write. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You have to sing. You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
He's a great singer.
I guess your good name, sir. Krishnan, yeah.
Yes, your favorite singer.
I will repeat the question again. You have to sing a karaoke. You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
If they want to sing this, I like most Ilayaraja music. Even in the night, if I want to sleep also, I start like that one. I'm very much fan of Ilayaraja. Even Indians maximum they knows Ilayaraja's music. Even karaoke has to be played.
I can play.
So that is my karaoke singing. I want to tell about that because most probably our people maximum bathroom singers. We want to do. I'm not a professional singer first of all. I like some songs, so I want to feel now. So in the same karaoke, even I'm opening mouth also, it feels like I'm singing nicely one day. So that is our self-satisfaction. So, thank you for the chance.
Thank you.
Time of one more.
One more.
Okay, get it here. Ayush.
Very simple question for you. What is your favorite line from a book or a movie? What is your favorite line from a book or a movie?
So the question that I got was, what is my favorite line from a book or a movie? So let's start with book. I don't read any books. So I think the last time I read a book was probably in, I think, third grade or fourth grade. So, so books aside, coming to movies, I'm not a person who watches a lot of movies, but occasionally if I watch a movie, it's not generally something that has like really hard dialogues. It's probably something that's very slow and like something comedic. But I think the last like a dialogue that often comes up in the internet, in memes and all, is this dialogue that what do you say? It's about a deal.
Dialogue? Malayalam?
No,
Or
it's
English?
I don't know. It comes it's a okay. Yeah. Make me a deal that I can never refuse. I think you guys have heard that. So that dialogue often comes to my mind, and I say that to my friends sometimes to be fun, even though I'm not. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ayush. Thank you, all of you who have participated for this tabletop session. Thomas, report, please.
Since we didn't have a proper timing mechanism, as this is our first meeting, timing, of course, was not proper because we were not properly communicated from my side. So next time onwards, we will be doing the proper timing mechanism as well. So for this time, first speaker, Toastmaster CG, 1 minute, 57 seconds. Guest Haitham, 1 minute. Gerald, Toastmaster Gerald, 1 minute, 51 seconds. Guest Krishna, 1 minute. Guest Ayush, 1 minute.
So all have spoken for very
All
less time,
are spoken, yeah, utilized their timing.
but you can speak more.
Yeah,
Yeah, so everybody is qualified for that.
yes.
Okay.
Please vote.
Please vote. With this note-
Collected from-
With this note, back to DTM Anita.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Visual deserves a big round of applause for this lovely question and giving us not an impromptu session. Okay, so now we move on to the next segment.
Collected at the end or?
During itself, we can collect, so don't want to wait for it. And we need to do the tally also. Who's the
Yeah.
best?
Exactly. Okay. Now, so yeah, we had so many teething problems, but I'm sure the next time going to be more organized. If Gerald comes on time and gives us the Wi-Fi. Yes. Okay, the next segment is the evaluation segment. In Toastmasters, we feel that we totally believe that the evaluation segment is the most important segment. Like communication, when you communicate, somebody has to tell you how you're communicating, right? So here we're not going to evaluate the person. We're going to evaluate the person's two very important challenges, which is communication and delivery. Okay, which is content and delivery. So today to do that, first we have Toastmaster Anshuman, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Prasad. And Prasad is not here. Just here. Yeah. So Toastmaster Prasad has delivered his level 1 project 2 speech. So we have Toastmaster Anshuman evaluating Toastmaster Prasad. We're just waiting for Toastmaster Prasad to come in. Toastmaster Prasad, your evaluation time. And Toastmaster Anshuman. Okay, that was a very loose handshake.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's time breaker. I just had a broken ankle. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. What a lovely start and a beautiful message to any budding or experienced Toastmaster. Toastmaster Prasad, you very efficaciously took us through the timeline of your timeline at Toastmasters, beginning from the nostalgia of being in this very room, to your evolution from being a shy backbencher to being the confident speaker we all know you have become now. So congratulations on that. What is commendable is you didn't stop there. You use this platform to enhance your leadership skills and take up roles as VP, Assistant Area PQD, and now you're the Area Director of Area 31. and how you have helped use this platform to help yourself become a better planner, to improve your patience, which is key to any VP, and I can vouch for that. However, in my opinion, I would like to give you a couple of points which I feel will help improve you in your future speeches. And firstly is, while I felt you began your speech with great passion and energy, I felt somewhere down the line it became a bit redundant. Like you were speaking in one tone throughout, and you were standing just in one place throughout. I felt if you moved around a bit, I mean that's the beauty I believe of physical meeting. If you could move around and be more active with the audience, I felt it would have enhanced it a lot more, make it way more lively. And just continue that passion right throughout. And secondly, another point I would like to give you is, while your speech had a great opening and a great body, I felt that your ending was a bit too abrupt. Like, it was going in a very nice streamless flow, but maybe somewhere you just ended your speech and, could have completed a circle by saying, right now, you started off saying that you were here and now, you're back here looking to learn more, something like that. Overall, I felt, it was a great speech, and your speech is a testimony to any budding Toastmaster who wants to, as to why to join Toastmasters. Because you have given your entire timeline and how it has helped you tremendously through your Toastmaster journey. Only if I believe that your delivery and just a bit of work on the structure, I believe that your second speech in the same project will be an absolutely outstanding one. Congratulations, Toastmaster, for Southern Cup.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashma. Yeah, that is cool. Okay, now to take it further, I am the second evaluator and the last evaluator for the evening, and I'm evaluating Toastmaster Gerald's speech, which was on research and presenting. And his title was Realign, right? Now, realign, when we listen to realign, we understand that he's trying to realign minds or brains or something like that for people who didn't know what is coming. But he came up with something different, and he talked about a very, very important part, posture, which is needed in our day-to-day life, which we are actually tending to lose, because of our very vivid habits nowadays. And they say that the F of Facebook is how you actually have your head bending towards your thing. So that is how this symbol has come. And that's exactly what he showed in those pictures over there. Now, Toastmaster Gerald, I love the way that you came in and you spoke about a patient that you had, and then you started to, open up and explain to us what exactly is posture alignment. Then you also elaborated first and foremost the main reason why, there's a posture disorientation that happens. So, and then he went on to talk about the 3 pillars of postures, how to align, what are the causes of bad posture, and then he talked about the causes. And he had demonstration also about it. He showed us what posture disalignment is. And he brought in a live example here in the form of different Toastmasters and volunteer. And he showed us precisely what he's talking about. We could make a note, and I'm sure from here on, we all will make it a practice in our life that whenever we're standing or we're using slippers in the house, we know that this is not needed. We're actually spoiling our own posture because of the because it's stopping the sensory receptors under your foot. Now, he also went on to talk about not just one cause, but different causes of bad posture and what we can do about it. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is a research and presenting project. For all of you to understand better, we're not talking about the subject here. We're talking about how the subject was brought to the audience. So when you talk about research and presenting, your presentation techniques have to be very, very good, simple for layman to understand. One simple suggestion, or rather what I thought I missed out, was that, why is it not showing? Anyways.
No, it's showing both.
Okay. What I thought missed was your introduction. Now, for people who are newbies over here, they don't know that Gerald is a physiotherapist. So he has to start by saying, look, I'm a doctor. So I am the resource myself, right? Because I do a lot of research on this, right? And there was an incident when a particular lady had come in, and this was her reason. So that clears the research part of it, because we do want to know whether your research is based on a very reliable source or not. Any layman can come and talk about posture medicine and stuff. So that is one thing which is very important, introducing the resource material and also validation of it. The second part of it was that, yes, of course, you need to look into the timing part of it. Nevertheless, a little more simplified version of your presentation technique where you don't talk about the big things over there, but just make or give an example or put a second meaning to what you are putting over there. When you talked about the pillars or the other things, just tell us what it is, in layman terms. That will add more value to us. And I definitely look for the solution part of it, where, I think that's something which we all have to use in day-to-day. So other than that, I think everything else, the live demonstration has left an impact on our brains. And he efficaciously demonstrated how inefficaciously we can how inefficacious approach to alignment can become when we don't take care of it. So with that, thank you so much. And over to whoever is taking up the stage. So since it's me who's taking it forward from here, we have next, we requested for the voting, but I would like to ask the evaluation timings over here.
Evaluation, first evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman took 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Second evaluator, Vidya Marika took 4 minutes.
Okay. So only Anshuman is qualified for the voting. But this is a demonstration meeting that we are conducting here today. So please understand the timings are very, very important in Toastmasters meeting. Okay. Now, the next thing is, after this, we come to our end over here because we don't have general value to report today. Please pass your feedback to the respective speakers, role players. It's very important and these are vital for all of us. I still have them in my box, the first ones which I have received. Okay, so with that, I hand this stage back over to our president, Toastmaster Rao. Yeah, you can go. Because you are the president. Over to you.
Okay. The final part. Okay, now we are nearing our end of today's session. Thank you all for joining today. Now, as part of the final part of the agenda, we have the closing address by the immediate past president. I have the honor to introduce Raj Lakshmi, who held the reins and then steered us through the tough times. And I ask her to give us the closing address.
Thank you once again. Very good evening, Manador. First of all, I want to thank NMC coordinators, whoever presented here, for giving us this opportunity to conduct our meetings. Again, actually, like 2.5 years back, we had a lot of memories. In the sense of preparing the speeches, presenting the speeches, meeting together, had a nice variety of rices, dishes from DTM Anita, Toastmaster Ian's cake, Toastmaster Ram's health, nutrition sessions. So many wonderful memories we are having with this NMC. And again, we are reliving those moments and continuing our journey of Newstart Toastmasters at the NMC Center. So once again, thank you for just to convey our gratitude and thanks to the coordinators of NMC with this Newstart Toastmasters. I just would like to say in one instance which I come across very recently. I was having open house at my son's school. It was an online session and I took appointment with all the teachers. I met and we discussed about his academics. Along with that, I took appointment with the supervisor also, just to know how in general he is in the class. When we hear supervisor, we have in many of the things, we have a preconceived notion that a supervisor means an age-old person with a razor and specs, fat guy. This is what we feel like a supervisor. But when this supervisor came online, I really got surprised. He's a very young gentleman and he started talking how an experienced Toastmaster talks. Like he's talking about bettering ourselves, how to make the kids encouraging for their studies and so many, how to improve the leadership skills. He is like a very dynamic person speaking a lot of new innovative ideas and skills. So this is the world, especially the professional world. Because in any of the field, if we go, there are many youngsters are coming with the different innovative ideas and dynamism. In those areas, how experienced people, like how others cope up with this new kind of situation. There comes the importance of Toastmasters fraternity. Here we learn communication, leadership, new technologies, all these online platform. We have learned a lot. We were expert in handling technical areas of conducting online meetings. Because I come to know only through this Toastmasters. I was just thinking, if I am not in Toastmasters, how I would have managed those situations of online meetings in my office. So this Toastmaster platform offers a lot. So those who are here as guests today, do not think twice. Just approach VP membership or VP education or president and become a member. You yourself will know how is your improvement day by day. You will be able to feel that. And here another important thing is you will have a mentor. And also we need to make sure that it is not like a student or teacher. No one is teaching here anything. We all are learning by our own. We only need to find out a time from our personal and professional lives. We only need to prepare. We only need to present. So what to prepare, how to present, for that all other Toastmasters will be helping to you. So communicate this about this fraternity and what is happening into Toastmasters to your colleagues or your friends and invite them to the meeting, join them, and let's have a good learning, growing together environment. Let's create it with the Newstart Toastmasters. Yeah. So thus feedback will be for the result. Yeah, Anshuman. So after 2 years, we have this is what happens in the physical meeting. Online meeting, there is no award, like we just declare only. So here today's meeting, the best speaker is Toastmaster Prasad. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster.
IPP Toastmaster graduation is
At least today I got a chance. No? I would like to thank you, Toastmaster Prasad. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman. Next time onwards, this will be president's. Congratulations. And table topics. We had a lot of participants today, and the best table topic speaker is Heather.
Shared.
And yeah, it is shared. Toastmaster Siji.
Oh, come and do a stair dance.
Yeah.
Let her finish that.
Toastmaster Siji. So, thus we declare this today's meeting as officially closed.
Wow.
as closed.
Perfect.
So next, calling
14
to
minutes.
get guest
Yeah.
feedback. President,
Okay.
And this is the line.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, that was a lovely to have the physical honor of being the best speakers. Okay, finally, the last part is to have some little feedback from those people who visited us for the first time. Can we have either your feedback as to how the whole experience was?
So this is my first time attending a Toastmasters meeting, and to be honest, I learned really not just about speaking or communication, but through Toastmasters oral speech, I learned a lot about our posture and how much it affects our daily life. And I also learned how to evaluate another person's speech through DTM Anita's evaluation and TM Anshuman's evaluation as well. And I was also able to see myself after a few years of Toastmasters, how I would improve and be able to communicate better through Toastmasters Prasad's speech as well. And overall, I had like a great experience, and looking forward to meeting a lot of you.
Wow. Yeah. Can we have Mr. Krishnan give us his feedback?
Thank you for this chance again to me. Almost you covered a maximum. Suddenly, what are the topics we are giving? You just think what will you summarize up. But you people are, I came to know, the imaginations are more. So somehow you will cover that time. That's first we have to appreciate. Second one, every action I immediately the evaluation came. So evaluation of what I did is correct or wrong. Immediately we can evaluate. No? Instead of we are waiting, no, that time we can forget also what we are doing. That is also we have to appreciate. So thank you for that.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, see you all in the next meeting.
For people who want to take membership, they can
Okay.
contact.
So for the membership, for those of you who would like to join, yeah, you can contact who's our membership now.
What president?
We didn't have an excom, that's right.
Okay, Rishi was the man. He'll help you in continuing the membership.
So,
Okay then, thanks a lot. I think it was a great start for a new start. It is indeed a new start. Yeah.